After 2 long days in the Drake Passage, we were ready to set foot on steady ground. Our first landfall will be on Hydrurga Rocks. To see where Hydrurga Rocks are at, we have to look at the map of Antarctica, and if you look around 10 o'clock, you'll see a peninsula. I just highlighted the very tip of the peninsula, and that's where you will find Hydrurga Rocks. Here is the tip of the Antarctic Peninsula. We've now switched to Google Maps, and if you see the typical pointer for a location, that's where we are seeing Hydrurga Rocks. It is part of the Palmer Archipelago. This set of rocks probably had been seen by whalers and sealers for years, but it really wasn't put on the map until the Falkland Islands and Dependencies Aerial Survey Expedition from 1955 to 1957 put it on the map. In 1960, it finally got a name. Most likely, the first people to come visit to give it a name saw a leopard seal or some leopard seals offshore waiting for a meal to come in, and it was named as part of the Latin name for the leopard seal. That's how it got Hydrurga. Hydrurga Rocks is just east of Two Hummock Island. It's actually so small that it does not even appear on Google Maps, so we can just see the pointer out in the middle of the water. Here we are, waiting to go for our first landfall. Before we could get into this line, we had to clean our boots so that we would not bring any contamination onto the island. We have to go down the steps at the stern of the ship to board our Zodiac. There are 8 people per Zodiac. And there we are. We are fully loaded. And there's the MV Ushuaia. Here we are waiting to come in. You can see a Zodiac already there. We have to wait for them to move before we can get in. Now it is our turn, and there is a process, and Kim is demonstrating it, how to get out of the Zodiac. This was our first view once we stepped onto land. So we saw penguins. This is the first time we've seen a lot of penguins. As we zoom down off where the penguins are at, there is a Weddell Seal. As we trekked up the hill and got to the top, we could see that there were even more penguins. One of the things that the video doesn't show you as much is the smell. Penguin poop is everywhere. You can see it in the snow. You can see it wherever you go. It's in wherever they nest. But it is a very strong and unforgettable smell. If you're not careful cleaning your shoes and the bottom of your ski pants, you may smell it in your room when you get back. This is the first penguin that I had that approached us. And we kind of had the same experience when we were in the Galapagos. The animals weren't afraid of you, but they didn't want to get really close. So here you can see the penguin has come up. Now he's starting to look around and see, because it wasn't just me, there were a line of us standing there. And now the penguin is looking for a way to get around us.
coming this way, so we need to get out of the way.
Here is a visit from a snowy sheathbill. Kim and I have made it to the continent of Antarctica. It is the Chinstrap Penguins that live on Hydrurga Rocks, with the occasional Weddell Seal, which we saw at the beginning of the video. These penguins are suspected to be the most abundant penguins in Antarctica, with a population estimated around 7.5 million breeding pairs. They'll get up to about 28 inches high, weigh anywhere from 6.5 to 11 pounds. When the Chinstrap penguins are out swimming, they can go to depths of around 200 feet, but most of the dives they think are less than 150 feet. On average, the dive is around 20 to 30 seconds, but it can be as much as 4 minutes. While you see them walking around clumsily, but when they're in the water, they can move very, very quickly. Their body is very efficient for swimming. The penguins generally have walkways or highways that they follow. They're easy to see because they step in the penguin poo a lot. It's tracked everywhere, so it's easy to see their tracks. Now, I don't believe I put or filmed much of that on this island, but you will see some in some of the other islands. Those were, since they were packed down, were also our highway to use as well. The only thing that we had to do was we had to make sure that if a penguin was coming, we had to get out of their way. We had to maintain about a 15-foot distance between us and the penguins. It wasn't really freezing. It was only 36 degrees during this landing, but the water is pretty close to freezing, not much above freezing. So how do these penguins stay warm, or how do they keep their heat? Well, their body really is insulated by a thick layer of fat or blubber, and it's just right under their skin. They also have a densely packed layer of feathers, and you can see this penguin right now is preening its feathers. And one of the things that they do is they spread oil secretions all over the feathers to help keep them waterproof. While there are many different colorations that you'll see on penguins, one of the things that they do have that's fairly common is they have a dark plumage on the back and light on the bottom, and it's there for a purpose. The dark on their back helps to camouflage them from things that are above them, especially when they're in the water, and the white on their belly helps to camouflage them from things that are below them. The Chinstrap penguins generally are going to be at the furthest tip of the Antarctic Peninsula and come here in October, early November to lay their eggs, and then usually around April or May they go back to sea and remain at sea until they come back again the next October. If you like our video, please think about subscribing and please hit the like button. Thank you.